Hello, everyone. Welcome back to a spiritual principle a day um, by me, John Clayton. I'm a recovering drug addict and alcoholic, and I've been clean and sober since February 21st, 2021. It's January 27th today, but I I missed I missed yesterday's reading, so I'm gonna do that one first, just before I carry on with today's reading, if you don't mind. So, so this is yesterday's a spiritual principle. A spiritual principle for yesterday was hope comes with a catch. For many of us, early recovery was difficult. Facing the prospect of life without drugs can be very frightening. IP number 23, staying clean on the outside. We usually think of hope as a good thing, but it comes with a catch. Realizing our hopes involve going through change, some things seem better than we've some things seem better than we're wishing for them than when we get them. No matter how green the grass looks on the other side, change always seems to stir up a lot of fear and anxiety. One member shared that he struggles when he first comes to NA because he had a hard time with the idea of living the rest of his life without drugs. I heard addicts share that they could manage a day without using and realized that all I had to try was not using just for today. They gave me hope. They gave me hope. Our basic text mentions that same principles. Most of us can do the 8 or 12 hour becomes too great. Put yourself on a 5-minute basis of not using. Minutes will grow to hours and hours to days. Many of us had wishes about getting clean before we came to NA, but we didn't see how a life without drugs could possibly become a reality for us until we heard addicts just like us share how they had done it. Hope begins when we shift our vision from the seemingly endless journey ahead to the few steps in front of us. The same is true for any change we wish for in our lives: getting out of treatment or jail, changing jobs or moving, switching sponsors, or becoming more open and vulnerable with our partner. Imagining the new life that awaits us on the other side of any big change can be intimidating. But we don't have to live that new life all at once. We talk to members who have made similar changes and they share their their experience with us. We find hope by listening to other addicts. We begin to see how we can get through the next 5 minutes, the next few hours, the rest of the day. As it turns out, the grass is greener where we water it. The difference between wishing and hoping is that hopeless hope lets me wait, let's try that again. The difference between wishing and hoping is that hope lets me see a way forward. I will share a wish with my sponsor and ask for help in transforming it into hope. Amen to that. You know, I too can remember a time when when that was a fear of mine, was, thinking that, you know, I want to stop, but stop for the rest of my life? I mean, what if I'm at a party, and what if this and what if that, and I am so glad that that's not my thought today. You know, the fact that I choose today not to pick up, and I work at tomorrow to strengthen that choice again for a new day, if that makes any sense. So yeah, thank you. That was for January 26th. So I apologize for making that reading late. And it's January 27th today. Finding equal worth in anonymity. In NA, in recovery, we are all equal. A college degree, a trust fund, illiteracy, poverty, these circumstances is that so powerfully affect so many other areas of our lives will neither help nor hinder our chances at recovery. It works. Tradition 12. There's only so much we can say about the principle of anonymity. Leveling the playing field of addiction and recovery, addicts are addicts and are addicts. Those of us with money may have gotten ourselves access to posh rehabs or lawyered our way out of jail, but that wasn't enough. To keep us clean, we can't buy our way out of our disease. Similarly, for those of us who think we are ever so clever, we can't study or think our way out of it. For many of us, poverty is limited. Education may have limited our opportunities, and that may have made us more at risk for negative consequences due to our addiction. But no matter where we come from or where we end up, on day one of being clean, we all have the same opportunity to take advantage of the NA program. Yes, if addiction is one great equalizer that brought us down, recovery is another that can build us back up. Recovering addicts are recovering addicts are recovering addicts. And the program is the program for every addict with a desire to stay clean today. Once we're clean for a while, our life might look different from the outside, but don't necessarily reflect emotional healing and spiritual growth. How we treat one another does. We're not just equal in theory, we treat each other that way that way. How honest and open-minded we are is a good indicator of our progress. So is willingness to look at our part in conflicts, past and present, to apologize, to forgive, and to do better. Our readiness to accept responsibility, to help others, to grow through our hardships, to be grateful, to adopt and breathe before we self-destruct or cause someone else unnecessary pain. These are the actions that will save our lives because we are all equally worthy of living. External factors, past or present, can't keep me clean or make me use again. I'll nurture my recovery internally by practicing anonymity outwardly, treating all recovering addicts as equals. Yeah, amen to that. Anonymity wasn't even in my vocabulary until I got into recovery. And Anonymity is something I practice, just not when it comes to myself. Meaning, my own anonymity, I don't mind breaking, because in my mind, if I maintain my open-mindedness about my recovery and about everything that I've been through that brought me to this point, and everything that I'm doing to prevent that lifestyle from continuing, then I have to be honest with myself and with everything that verbally comes out of me. But only when it comes to myself. I don't break anybody's anonymity unless they break it first. Thank you for joining me today. Um, I did have something else to add to what I read, but I've already forgot, so there's no point in wasting time wrestling with whatever it was I was trying to think. Um, so yes, thank you for joining me today. I appreciate every one of you. Now, again, it was January 27th, 2026 today, and the very first one on the video is for January 26th, which I believe I did say so. If nobody's told you today that they love you, well, I love you, and we will see you all again real soon. Okay, bye for now.